I've hemmed the side of the skirts, both sides, rolled hem. There's there's one more step to do before I attach the bodice to the skirt, I realized. And that is to pre-press. This is just so that we have a neat finishing. But I do want to turn, so here's the bodice. And what I want to do is I want to turn in both sides. So this one, fold it underneath and press. And do the same on that one, fold towards the inside and press. We want to do that so that we have you have a clean edge here. So I folded inward both sides. It's a prep. The reason we want to do this is because at the very end, once it's all attached, it will be like this on top of the skirt, and it'll be top stitched. So it's a good idea to press it so that finishing is easier to do and more neat. So now we are ready to pin. We want to take our skirt and put it wrong side up. And on top of that, you're going to put the bodice wrong side facing. So wrong side of the skirt facing the wrong side of the bodice. And loosely align the waistbands. The waistband for the skirt and the waistband of the bodice. I think I have to go out a little bit. So I'm aligning those two, the skirt, the bodice, and the wrong side together. So next we want to get this out of the way. So the top layer of the bodice unfolded so that it gets out of the way. So we're just working with the back side of the bodice and the skirt, and again they're facing wrong side together. And now we're going to pin those together. So this is a good time to check the how you gathered your skirt. You want the two lengths to match. So I would pin the center first. So find the center front of your bodice. Do that by folding in half. So there it is. And this needs to line up with the center front of the skirt, and it's very convenient because at the center front of the skirt there's a seam. So it's easy to spot, so I'm going to go ahead and secure that part together. Oh, and the thing we just folded in, by the way, I'm doing it wrong. You got to unfold that. So we actually want to have raw edges. You will stitch along the fold. Yeah. And then I will do the ends. So center, and then the ends. Same over here, so unfold the bodice, unfold the hem, and then stitch them together. And continue pinning. So we want to attach those two together all along. Check the gathering as you do. Check that the gathering is sufficient. Check that it's even. So you know that's gonna take some work. So I'm all pinned, and what I'm going to do next is to work a row of basted stitching. It doesn't have to be tight stitching at all because it's going to be reinforced. So eventually we fold this over and will be top stitching. So I mean you can use regular stitching if you want to, but I'll use a wider stitch for this part. So I took this to my machine and I stitched it. I hope this is okay. Yeah. And so I think I said we're gonna stitch along the fold line. So here's the thing: you wanna you have your row of stitching above the fold line, so closer to the raw edge than the fold is, because we want to be able to fold this and have the fold showing. Now, yeah. So now it's a good time to pull the thread that we used to do the gathering. We no longer need that. So I'm going to pull all of that thread out to have a clean finish. And then we'll be ready to continue with this waistband assembly. Difficult. If you have a better way, put that in the comments. Alright. Next we are ready to fold this over. So put your skirt with the right side facing, and if you did everything right, you should be able to fold it over. And this is where the fold that we made is going to come in handy, because you want to put it with that hem essentially turned over. And now we pin again. So same story, pin the middle, pin the sides, except now it's easier because the skirt is already secured on the back side, so it's just a matter of pinning evenly. And once that's pinned, we'll be able to take this to our sewing machine, and we'll have to be really neat and work a row of top stitching to secure the front of the waistband to the skirt. Of course you have to watch the skirt, that this is not folding in weird ways horizontally, but equally important is to watch that it's flat. So you don't want this to buckle, like pull it too low or too high. So watch that everything is laying down naturally flat the way it wants to be, and then put the pin. Pinning, even better, check the back side. This is where the fold that we did comes in and is important. And see, I noticed that here I pulled it, so this is not going to be as secure as I wanted, and so I'm going to have to go back and pin this part again. Precision work. Another thing I noticed is that I did not do the same hem on both sides. I should have done a better job at gauging that. not gauging but actually measuring it and putting my folds equal. They seemed like they were, but they're not. So what's happening for me is if I do my top stitching very close to the edge on the front, it will miss the back. Bummer. So I'm going to have to make sure I do the top stitching a little higher in the front, and that way I can comfortably catch the back. Or since it looks identical, maybe, and the back is the one that's harder to catch, maybe I should just sew while watching the back as opposed to watching the front. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just double checking that it does look the same if I do front and back. Yeah, I got the right tension. So I'm going to repin so that I can work from I can stitch with the back side up on my machine as opposed to the front side. I took this to my machine and I did the top stitching. It's a shame that the top stitching looks beautiful on the back side, and on the front side it's I mean, it looks neat, but it's a little high. So I do have a lip here that's quite long, maybe 5 millimeters. It's okay. I mean, this is, first of all, it's a glorified apron, so not it's good, and most importantly, it's secure. I made 2 straps. Those are going to be the waist straps, and so it's 2 rectangles. In terms of the width, you need to choose how wide you want your waist strap to be. I don't want it too wide. I chose mine to be about this much. It doesn't tell you much, maybe an inch. And then the rectangle that you cut to obtain a strap of 1 inch wide should be 4 times that. So 4 times your chosen width for your waist strap. And then the length, longer is better, but essentially this is what you're shooting for. Your waist strap is going to start somewhere middle back, like past it. But if you want it long enough, you can start in the middle of your back. You wrap around your waist, and then you want enough in the front that you can tie it up. So longer is better because it can be trimmed at the end and finished. So that's the idea. And once you have your rectangle, what you're going to be doing is you're going to take it and fold it in half, and then you press it, and that will give you a center fold as a reference point. It's like origami. And then you're going to fold each end to the center fold, and then press it again, and then you want to fold that in half and press it. So in the end it's folded four times. So two of these. Then you want to take this folded waistband and secure it. So work a row of top stitching all along the edge. Make it close to the edge, but that really depends on your level of skill, and nothing's going to come apart if you do it a little further from the edge. So the idea of the waist straps is that they are going to, the dress wraps around the back, and then the waist straps come back in the front, and you want them to tie in the middle. I don't want them to tie too low. I don't want them to tie right under the bust. They should be in the middle. So when we insert them on the sides, we'll have to insert them in the middle. And now that it's all assembled, we know exactly where that is. So you take your straps and put them in deep enough so it's secure. Have them come straight out, and then top stitch on the side. We already turned the sides inward, so it's neat here. So all you need to do is top stitch, and the waist strap will be secured in place. Do the same on the other side. I've attached the straps, so that means that my skirt is mostly finished. The skirt part, we still need to do shoulder straps. But there's one more detail to take care of for the skirt, and I do want to finish the skirt fully so that I can put it on, because the placement of the shoulder straps is kind of tricky, so I do want to have the skirt set on my body before I attach the shoulder straps. So what you want to do is you want to do a test run, a fitting, wrap this around your waist, just so you see how it works, how it's comfortable for you to wrap. For me, this is how I always wrap my right hand first, and then the left goes over it. I think that's natural, but do it for yourself and see. And then once you wrap this around your waist, this is what you want. You notice that this part can go around and comes around the front, and that's where I'll tie it. But where's the other strap? The other strap is underneath. It needs to come out, and so it can come out if I make a slit right there on the side. So we do have a side seam on the skirt. You want to follow that, your side seam. So this will be the side of the waistband, and I need to make a slit here so that I can get the strap to come out, and then we'll be able to meet. It'll come out here and we'll be able to attach to this one. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, and I hate it because I'm gonna have to rip through the fabric. That it's so neat, it's so done, but it's necessary. So right here where the side seam is, in the middle there'll be a slit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try this technique and see how it works. I'm going to mark it, and clearly the height needs to match the height of the waistband, of the waist strap. I'm going to mark it I'm going to work it out exactly like a buttonhole. So I'm going to mark it, I'm going to do a buttonhole stitching on the machine, and then cut the slit. And hopefully that will be secure and presentable. That's what I'm aiming for. I know, like, throughout this project I haven't been very ambitious on how I felt it should turn out. I'm really doing this to practice. I'm a beginner sewer, and I took an old sheet, and this is for practice.